Hello, Fuji is back, and today I got something special for you. Actually, it's kind of special for me because today's video is not going to consist of any rapping. Hell yeah, I'm actually excited. You have no idea, because I've been doing rapping for a long time and I feel like I'm the rap guy now. And yeah, I don't want to be the rap guy because I can do other stuff, kind of, all right? So let me show you what I've got in store for me. Okay, so today's video, like always, is gonna be a simple one. Might be a long one, but it's gonna be simple, and we're going to black out the rims. So I do gotta say that originally I did make a video, and by originally I mean pretty much right before this one. So what happened was I made a video and I wanted to black out my rims, but I wanted to keep the chrome. As you can see, I wanted to keep the chrome. So what I thought I might do is do Plasti Dip. Now, I've used Plasti Dip in the past and I didn't really like it, and I guess I forgot why I didn't like it. The reason why I like to stay away from Plasti Dip is because generally they have a grainy look to it, and I tried Plasti Dip on the front wheels and it looked grainy. So what I did was actually make a video using Plasti Dip. It looked super grainy, I didn't like it. So I pretty much scrapped this whole video and started over. Now, that being said, I did finish the front wheels. Not with Plasti Dip, with regular paint. As you can see, the front wheels are done, and I would have to say they do not look grainy. They actually look pretty good. I'm actually impressed myself on my job. And let me reiterate, this is real paint, which means the chrome is gone, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I actually like black a lot. I've liked it with pretty much every color I've had it with. I've had black rims in the past. I love black rims, so I'm fine with keeping that as a permanent thing. So that being said, I'm about to do the same exact process on the back. And I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what I've done, what I'm gonna be doing. Now, it does take a bit to do, and I'm actually probably gonna have to change my shirt because there's a lot of sanding involved and a lot of painting, and obviously there's gonna be a lot of dust and a lot of paint everywhere. Also, I do wanna note that I cannot do the painting outside for two reasons. One, it's extremely windy outside and I don't want the paint to spread everywhere. And two, they're building a new home division next to us, which means they have to level out the ground with bulldozers, tractors, all that garbage. So there's a lot of noise outside. So I'm gonna try to do everything inside, which would mean that I need to cover as much things inside as possible to avoid the dust from the sanding and obviously the paint. So that being said, let's get to work. All right, here we go. I got a crappy shirt on. Now I just gotta get this jack right here, jack this car up, put the jack stands under the car, take the wheels out, and we are ready for some real work. All right, the wheel's out. Now to take the other side off. And then we are off to the fun stuff. It'll be just 1 second. Okay, to save time, took off the second wheel. Now to cover as much stuff as I can, and then we're gonna get to some sanding. All right, this is my version of a clean room. As you can see, I walled everything off. I have plenty of lighting everywhere just to make sure I don't miss a spot. And I made a little door for me right here just so I can go in and out. Now, I'm not exactly sure why I didn't make the door on the other side where it's close to the actual door of the house. I don't understand my logic, but it is what it is. I made it on this side. Let's just go with it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is sand. And we're gonna use 220 grit, then 400. If needed, we'll use 600 as well. I didn't need 600 before, but you never know. Okay, I want to stop talking. Let's just get right to the work. All right. Oh, shit. Bam! All right, now that the center caps are off, we can get to the sanding. Yay, so much fun. It's gonna be hours of sanding. Let's go. All right, so excited. Let's get to work. I guess I should probably say, when you're sanding, don't dig into the rim or anything that you're really sanding. Just do it as gently as possible. You don't want to see any streaks on your finish. Trust me, it doesn't look good. I've been there, it's garbage. Just do it as gently as possible. Then obviously we're gonna do it again with 400 grit to make it even more smooth.
So like I said, gently, don't dig in. Gently, like you're not even touching it. You're petting it, Good boy. All right, the sanding is finally done.
And it took a hell of a long time to finish. As you can see, my clothes are different, which indicates that it's another day. The sanding in total took about, I wanna say 6 hours, which was basically me using 220 grit all over, then 400, then 600. It was definitely not fun, and I was definitely not about to film the whole thing. That was annoying, but that's done. So now the next step is to wash the rims real quick, and then we're gonna apply some masking tape, and then finally paint, baby.
All right, so the rims are fully clean. I'm just gonna leave them out here for maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes to let them dry.
And then I'll bring them in and we'll tape them up.
Okay, so the rims are back inside.
Now all that's left to do is mask up around the tire, just to make sure we don't actually paint the tires, and then start painting, finally. All right, so what I generally like to do is mask around the rim first, and then apply some plastic and remask it again, just to make sure that I really don't get any paint in between the rim as well and the tire. So let's apply the painter's tape first, and then the plastic with additional painter's tape, and then we're good to go.
All right, as you can see, the tires are fully covered and ready for paint.
Okay, so now all that's left is for me to clean it one more time. Not gonna show that on camera. So I'm gonna clean it one more time with some alcohol microfiber towel, and then we're gonna get to the painting. So in 1 second, we're gonna get to the painting.
All right, now the rims are fully cleaned once again and ready for paint. And the paint I'm gonna be using is Gloss Black by Duplicolor.
Now, because I went through an extensive amount of sanding, I don't necessarily need to use primer. And I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna disagree with me, but I've painted wheels in the past and they've been perfectly fine. So I'm not gonna be using primer, I'm just gonna be spray paint. But there is a specific way I like to spray paint as well, just so that I can avoid orange peels and any drips. So let me show you what I do. Now, this is no rocket science technique. This is pretty much the technique that you're supposed to be using when you're spray painting. But I have seen a lot of people on YouTube and other places use different methods, and it just looks like shit. So I thought I might as well share with you what I do.
Okay, so what I've generally seen people do is start at the edge of the rim, spray, stop, spray, stop, spray, stop.
Now, the reason why that method is wrong is because generally when you start your spray can or spray paint, whatever, and when you stop, that's when all the spitting happens. So you don't want to start on your rim. You want to start off your rim.
So I do not start my spray from here and stop here. I start from the end and I keep going and I stop at the end. I start from the end and I stop at the end. Start from the end and I stop at the end.
So that being said, you want to do extremely light coats. Generally, people like to do 4 to 5 coats. I do about anywhere from 7 to 10 coats, but I do very, very light. I do a light coat, I let it dry for about 15-20 minutes, and I keep going and keep going and keep going. That way, there's no excessive amount of paint in one specific area, which is gonna help you avoid orange peels. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Again, it's not rocket science, it's pretty much common knowledge, but apparently some people don't know about it.
Alright, just wanted to quickly show that this is coat number 1. As you can see, there's really not a lot of paint on it. Just enough to give it that gunmetal look, but really not a lot. And you can see it's not even that even right now, but that is okay.
So again, I'm gonna be doing this probably another 7, 8, 9, or 10 coats until it's fully covered. And then I'm gonna find any patches or whatever that I need to do, and that's it.
Okay, so I guess I stopped at 8 coats, but it's looking pretty good.
So now all I'm gonna do is wait for it to dry. Then once it's dry enough, I'm gonna take it outside where there's a lot of light and just see if there's any spots that I missed and then just cover those. That's it. Not gonna show that on the video. For now, what we're gonna do is move on to the center caps. So let's sand it and paint it.
All right, now I'm gonna move on to the center caps. I'm not gonna do 220 grit. That's just a little too much for this. So I'm gonna do 400, 600, and then possibly even 2000, hopefully to give it a lot more of a shiny look.
So I'm gonna do that right now, and I'm gonna wait for the rims to dry enough. Once it's dried enough, and I've done all the touch up and all that garbage, then I'm gonna spray the back real quick, maybe just 2 coats, and then we're gonna finally apply the rim.
All right, both center caps are sanded and clean.
All right, now that that's done, I'm gonna quickly do the back side of these rims. Not gonna show that on camera. And then I'm probably just gonna leave these the way they are today and install them tomorrow. I just wanna make sure that they're fully dry. I don't wanna touch anything wet and I don't wanna mess anything up. Done all this work, don't wanna mess it up. All right, so I will see you guys tomorrow or in a second. All right, it is the next day and I actually went ahead and cleaned everything up. I don't need to put that on camera, it just makes the video even longer and that's stupid. Anyways, let me show you the wheels.
All right, as you can see, the wheels are done. They're looking pretty damn good. And as for the back, I guess you really can't see it too well, but it's looking pretty sharp as well. Now, I only did 2 coats on the back. I didn't really need to do that much, only 2 coats.
But there were 2 really heavy coats. But I didn't really care to be all that precise. I didn't even make any drips or orange peels, which was actually kind of surprising to myself because I was just going ham on it. But yeah, that's done. So now let's just go ahead and put it back on and we are done, baby. But first, before we do any of that, let's install the center caps.
And as you can see, the center caps look pretty damn good as well, baby. And super shiny, let's go. All right, center cap numero 1. She's a toughie.
We did it, baby, we did it. All right, let's get to the rest.
All right. I'm not exactly sure if I mentioned this before. before, but I went ahead and just got black lug nuts. There's no reason to paint them when I could just buy them right away. So yeah, what's the point? Anyways.
All right. And in case you're wondering what the torque specs for E92s are, it's 88 foot-pounds.
Ooh, baby, that look good.
All right, probably didn't mention it, but I already went ahead and installed the other side. You know how it goes. I just like finishing stuff quick. Well, not everything.
But take a look at the car. It looks fucking sexy as hell, baby.
And yeah, you know what? I don't care that I sanded the chrome off. This looks good. Probably gonna be keeping it for any other color that I change it to in the future, so I don't give a fuck. Okay, for the outside of the car, there's only one thing that's left, and that is the splitters.
Which, as you can see, it's behind all that garbage.
So that's gonna be coming up on the next video. I cannot wait for that because then the car will finally look finished, at least to me. So it's gonna be, obviously it's gonna be black. And then the car will finally have that black murdered look. So hell yeah, baby. So I'm probably gonna be doing that ASAP because I wanna be able to drive my car finally. I haven't driven my car at all since this little project thing has begun. I don't know why, I just like to finish it before I actually use it. That's just me. All right, that all being said, I just wanna thank everyone for watching and I will catch you guys next time for that splitter. Let's go.